Hey, this is Fred from North 40 Fly Shop. One of the hottest selling patterns on the Missouri River this year was Egan's Frenchy, so I'm going to tie one up today. One of the great things about being a fly tyer is the ability to take a great pattern and make slight adjustments to suit your tying style or the needs of your fishing situations. So this pattern is based off a pheasant tail, which is a great pattern, and I am going to take some slight liberty and make a few adjustments of my own. For my pattern today, I am tying on a jig hook. It happens to be a Firehole 5/16. Certainly other jig hook options from Umpqua and Hannock and some other brands that you could choose to use, but I do definitely like the jig hook platform. And then I am using a plummeting tungsten bead, 7/64, and I have chosen copper for my color. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little 015 lead behind that bead. I want to get about 6 turns of that lead, and we're just going to push them right up into the bead. Basically, I'm just putting the lead right where the thorax is going to be. And then we're going to secure it down. I'm using 70 denier thread today. This is fluorescent fire orange. Take that back to the rear tying point. And then for our tailing fiber, rather than using pheasant tail in the traditional pattern, we're using Coq De Leon. This is a little bit more durable, and it's got great barring, and it's also, the fibers are much smaller. Mayflies do not have big bushy tails, so this is really an ideal material. So I'm going to measure that about the distance of the hook shank and tie it in. After I get a couple securing wraps, if I need to adjust it, I can certainly pull on it and shorten it up a little bit before I secure it all the way down. Next, I'm going to add some copper wire. This is just small copper wire. Tie that down to the rear, and then we're ready for our pheasant tail. Now I'm going to grab a group of about 6 fibers here. And I'm going to tie those in with the tips pointed toward my bead. Get a few wraps on there, and then I can just pull it down so that my length is good, and then continue tying it off. Then we're going to palmer this. I like using the rotary function of the vise here just because it gives me a little more control. Take that right up onto the thorax portion. Then we're going to go ahead and counter wrap our wire in the opposite direction that we wrapped our pheasant tail. That provides both the rib and gives it more durability. And the last major component of this fly is the shrimp pink ice dub. This is where our thorax is going to be. At this stage, most people are just going to twist dub that right onto their thread, but I'm going to take the extra step of making a dubbing loop. A couple reasons I like doing that. One is it provides more durability, and it also allows me to manipulate the dubbing a little bit. I'm just going to put my little pinch in there, It'll take a little while, but we're going to get that spun up nice and tight. When you spin your dubbing, it provides a little more spike to the finished product. And as we tie off with our thread, I'm going to get a whip finish right on the bead here and just build up a little bit of color, creating another hot spot. And that's essentially it. Now you notice my dubbing is relatively shaggy. At this point I can choose to leave it that way, or if I want a tighter thorax I can also come back in and trim that down a little bit. So it gives you a couple options with the profiling of your fly. We'll go ahead and just take a couple little trims here. And I think we'll call that good. To finish this off, I'm just going to take a little bit of Zap-A-Gap and just carefully tack my thread just to secure it. And that baby's ready to fish. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have any questions or would like to learn more, stop into one of our fly shops or visit us at north40flyshop.com.